started here in just a minute. I'm going to give everyone a few more minutes or seconds to get back here, come in here. All right, GM everyone. We'll get started here. Today is July 25th, 2022, and it's time for the weekly app sprint. First up, we have support, and Meg had messaged me saying that Donna won't be here, and she would be coming up. But I'm not seeing her quite in chat yet. Oh, there she is. I just sent you an invite, Meg.
Hey, good morning.
GM.
GM. So last week we saw roughly 80 tickets and 7 Discord chats. So things are still a bit of a snooze fest in the ticket queue. We did have a couple new articles go out, one of which is the Discord channel directory. So this is something related to support. We'll be working on it a little bit this week as well. But it's essentially supposed to be like a helpful doc to know, even as a contributor or a user, on how to get in touch with support, what the different support channels mean and are used for, just to make sure we're all clearly communicating. And then there was an update to the What is Staking article, and we had about 1,600 unique help desk views. We have a DeFi community training coming soon. So we completed the DeFi training. Donna's probably been teasing this the past few weeks. Our full team DeFi training is complete, and now we're working on a public facing one that will break it up into smaller chunks to offer to the community and people outside of the community who want to maybe join Discord and get involved. We're hoping it might be a little way to attract more people here. But just doing like a basics of DeFi, talking about things like DEXs, doing demos and stuff like that through the platform. We had one new Trustpilot review this week, and I actually was looking at the score, and we're up to a 4.2 now. It was at a 4.1 about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And another update is, as you guys know, the security work stream has been winding down, and some of those responsibilities are going to be moving over to support in the coming weeks. We're working with Mr. Nerd Hair on this handoff, but essentially it's just managing the responsible disclosure reports that come in, which have been coming in through Zendesk, but Mr. Nerdhair was managing most of those, but now we're going to be filtering those within our team. And as promised in my initial budget cut report and in my updated support discussion on the forum, there will be an updated budget report coming probably likely the end of next week from us as we move into this end of this year, which is weird to say. But yeah, that's all I got.
Sounds good. Thanks, Meg. Next up, we got marketing, growth, and globalization, which will be broken out into two. It looks like H. Payne is going to be the first one. I see a hand raised. Let me. Oh, I think I. There we go. GM H. Payne.
Yes. Hello. Good morning, sir. So this week for marketing, we have Doge support going live. We also have an on and off ramp Twitter campaign going live today. Make sure you check out our Twitter and engage with that. Hoping to get some good engagement and some alpha and market insight there. Potentially shipping out Wallet Connect this week if that indeed goes according to plan and we pass all of our checks. And then also potentially looking at Osmo this week as well. Again, going off of sort of what everything else is looking like. We have Sprouts now linked with Instagram and access to more marketing tooling there, hoping to get another platform up and running with all of this awesome content that we're creating. We're also putting together a new structure for content delivery that's more flexible for punchy and quick turnaround times. Just sort of as we know, engineering and production and stuff just is relatively flexible. So looking to make sure that we can be just as flexible on our end. And that's sort of all I got running this week for you guys.
Thanks for those updates, H-Man. Next up, we got
Yes,
the
sir.
Smith and the globalization team. GM the Smith.
Hey, GM, Ron, and H-Pain. Yeah, glad to be here again. It's good to be on the stages again, actually. For globalization, yeah, a quick update. Um, the new globalization proposal is under ideation phase in forum, so I'm inviting everyone to cast your opinions there, suggestions. So yeah, that's my first proposal applying as workstream leader. So I'm looking forward to reading and answering any questions that the community might have. Another good news is that the global translation flow is up again. So we are running multiple translations with Git localized tool and using the Weglot setup that really kindly provided for us. So now we are able to deliver solid translations with a systemic flow, using GitHub and etc. In Portuguese, Spanish, and French. So we can run all this translation flow in .com and app. I want to praise Firebomb for establishing a complete documentation on GitHub and mostly for being so attentive global tasks. Next one, the global bounties flow is operational with shared platform. So we've been achieving good results in content production, like Pete's tutorial. It is an audiovisual bounty that we made in share, so we got nice results around awareness, impression meaning. We just developed a Gnosis dashboard in the analytics, which is looking to Fox token. So I strongly believe that Dune can reveal powerful data for WordStream. And the last one, we've been pushing some campaigns around Bancha, aiming the Brazilian product adoption in our platform. So Bancha supports PITS, which is a popular Brazilian payment method, in addition to our landing page that we are dedicating for Portuguese language. We are also producing content in our social networks. So that's all for globalization. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for those updates, the Smith. Next up, we got Giantkin and the Mod Squad. GM Giantkin.
GM, I'm feeling pretty good today, so I do have some weird news. My 7 days actually shows a negative 212, and the 14 is a negative 240. There's a new CAPTCHA bot set up. It would not work without removing a whole bunch of old unverified users. It caught all these and just cleared them out. In the last 24 hours, the new system, mostly the new, actually did 34 users. I think it's a little easier. And if you log out and log in as an alt with it, like an alt, you can actually test that out. And it has different languages, 5 at the moment. 0 raids this week, so that was kind of a good news. All right, that's all I have. Thanks.
They must be giving up. You guys stopped enough of them.
Good night.
Next up, we got Diggy and the product team. GM Diggy.
GM, everybody. Yeah, so lots of stuff as usual. Osmo Atom LP, we've been working through the spec and the UX on that, so we're planning to do a breakdown with that bounty team probably Wednesday in our normal time. But yeah, so that's going to be kicking off as the last piece of that bounty. And then the Fox ETH LP and the Fox Farming bounties were posted last week. Stacked Q just was assigned for the liquidity pool portion of that this morning. Shout out to Gomes and Beard for helping me with all the details around those bounties. And then Mount Parlin, the fiat ramp provider, Working on the bounty details for that one and planning to post that one later this week. That's the fiat ramp provider for international users, and there's no KYC. I think it's under like $1,000 value purchase or something like that. But we're working through all those details with them right now. Wallet Connect 2.0 or Wallet Connect Part 2, the UX is in progress on this one. Keep Workstream has a bounty underway for I think the HD wallet portion, and then they're gonna put up the bounty for the web portion. So we're making sure that we get ready for that so that they have what they need in order to do that. Pendo is working good. We've been continuing to monitor it, update some pages and tagging some things that weren't working properly. But it's starting to look really good, and we will review that first week of data in office hours this week. So please come to office hours Thursday for a first look at some of the data we're starting to see inside Pendo. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Diggy. Next up, we got DeFi Cafe and the engineering team. GM DeFi.
GM. Quick one this week. So Wallet Connect went out last week. So it's pretty much the last of our like big wallet push stuff at the moment. Cowsoft's coming together. That is there's basically a PR in web that's now green and ready to go. So that should be coming pretty soon. There's a few kind of like tidy up bits and pieces, but Cowslop should be like in this week. Doge Adam is looking at a key bug fix for kind of a Bitcoin related thing. It happens to be a UTXO chain. That's kind of the last thing blocking that one. In the background, a bunch of UTXO chains are happening, which will get us a lot closer to parity. So I think like Bitcoin Cash is syncing, and Kevin's doing some of the like basically the boilerplate stuff, copying a lot of what happened with Doge to get those implemented. So those should happen considerably quicker than we expect. And the AVAX slash EVM stuff is coming together. So given this is the first additional EVM that we've done, there's kind of a lot of groundwork that's going in, similar to like, Doge being the first UTXO that's happening. So, once we get Avalanche across the line, then the additional EVM chains should be easier than that. But overall, the kind of theme is trying to wrap up a bunch of stuff in progress. Multi-currency will probably get merged, and there's some kind of like bug fix tickets before that gets turned on. Just trying to, like I said, get a bunch of things that were outstanding done, and also ThorChain just continues to progress along in the background there. So that hopefully that will kind of coincide with when UTXOs land as well. And at that point, we're kind of getting pretty close to parity, minus a mobile app. So that's it from engineering this week.
Thanks for those updates, DeFi. Tyler is out this week and next week, so I'll be filling in for him. So new marketing feature release updates. I actually don't know if I updated that thread. I think that we were late to creating it this week, so I'll get that updated for the end of today. Bounty wallet funded. Figuring out flow from multiple work streams. Parallel bounty boards. Still a work in progress. Triage report. There are 5 reported issues, 0 resolved. I think there were some resolves that went out this week actually, or this morning, so those are still being tested. 3 were UI UX. Trade slash DeFi. Actually, it's gas was one, and then mobile app was one. I just didn't delete the trade slash DeFi. He's out. If you need anything, reach out to ops, and the appropriate person will get back to you, hopefully. I know that test fund requests are going through Shifty. Marketing is going through Wesley Graves. I forget what Neverwas is doing, and I'm doing the app sprint, obviously. Neverwas is doing the governance call. The goat farm, DeFi kind of went over everything coming up. Pendo went out and Wallet Connect last week, and I'll save the time for the rest of it. Week of 7-Eleven, there are 57 PRs and 4 repos by 15 contributors. There was 1 new contributor last week, and 4 bounties created and 0 closed successfully. Tokenomics, Kent is out Monday and Tuesday for a funeral. Condolences to him and his family. Tokenomics Tuesday office hours, no agenda, but stop by to hang out and chat with your fellow Foxonomics. I'm not sure who is hosting that, if he's going to be out Tuesday. If anyone in chat knows, if you could post that, then we can let people know. Next week, Kent's hosting an Idle Finance AMA Wednesday the 3rd at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. So that is an hour after the AMA lunch. VFox update, a new strategic allocation incoming. Stay tuned. ShapeShift Labs. I just lost my place. ShapeShift Labs. Oh, that's why, sorry about that. ShapeShift Labs. Current focus, Ethereum scaling via optimism. And then TMDC, new allocation discussion in the forum. It's an ideation. I know I posted some comments and thoughts on that. If anyone else has any, I'm sure it'd be appreciated. John just said, not sure regarding tokenomics this week. It may need to be canceled, or someone can step up to do so. Speaking of stepping up, next up we got Willie Fox and the Fox Foundation. GM Willie Fox.
GM Ron. Yeah, speaking of stepping up, I mean, I'd be happy to make sure the tokenomics call happens this week. I know Kent had mentioned to the Smith that we may do one of the agenda options could be talking about Fox on Gnosis Chain, which I think would be great to discuss. So stay tuned. I'm sure we can come up with an agenda and some reps for tokenomics office hours. All right, on to Fox Foundation updates. I think we've talked about UTXOs a lot. Adam is supporting that effort. Looking forward to Doge coming online, and then next in line are Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. We're planning to do a proposal soon to the community regarding support for Digibyte and Dash, and leave whether or not to support those and fund the ongoing infrastructure costs for those, leave that up to the community. So stay tuned for that proposal. We're also working with Major Hayes on a bounty for mobile migration. So we're in the scoping phase of that right now. Both of these are part of our efforts to get to parity with the new version so we can sunset the legacy apps and save a bunch of money that will eventually go back to the DAO. Ocean returns on the 26th. He is on his mountain biking adventure right now. I'm posting a screenshot in the stage chat of the route that he's gone through so far. He's got a GPS tracker that sends an update every once in a while. I am just blown away with how much ground they have covered so far. This is absolutely incredible. So he's on track to get back sometime tomorrow. Also, just a reminder that we've got some conferences upcoming. It's been great to see this community kind of grassroots efforts to organize and have a presence at both ECC and ETH Barcelona. Next conferences that I know some Foxes have their eye on is IMCON, which is Metacartel's conference. It's around DAOs and going to be in Denver, where we have a lot of Foxes. That's September 6th through 9th. And then DevCon Bogota in October 11th through 14th. Links in here. If you or any of your contributors on your work stream might be interested in attending, make sure to apply for a builder's ticket as soon as you can, because those tickets sell out fast. I think IMCON's going to be free too, as long as you get accepted. So make sure to apply. We've also got a Fox Chain update scheduled for this next week, August 2nd at 1:30 p.m. You're going to hear an update from the crew that's been researching Fox Chain on their findings so far and kind of their proposed design for what Fox Chain could look like as we begin to wrap up the research phase and move towards potentially development. I know there'll be a proposal along with that will for the community to decide how and whether to continue forward with Fox Chain development. Also, we're just really happy to work with Global on setting up this Weglot account so that we could set up translated versions of shapeshift.com. Right now we've got Brazilian, Portuguese, Spanish, and French as kind of the first languages. And so happy to be supporting that from the foundation side to manage the account and handle all the DNS changes. And that's all. Hope everyone has the best week ever. Back to you, Ron.
Awesome. Thanks, Willie. And it sounds like we'll be planning on a tokenomics call tomorrow. Whoever's, not sure who's going to run it, but Josh said he's around for it as well. So good news, the most exciting call of the week usually. So thanks, everybody. And if anyone else has anything, now would be the time to raise your hand or post in stage chat. Otherwise, give everyone a few minutes back and we will continue on with our days. Looks like it's time for a good GM. Bye, everyone.